All right, hey guys. So these notes, we are going to be solving systems using matrices. Okay, matrices and matrix. Well, matrix is the singular form, matrices is the plural. Matrices are actually like one of my favorite things to do. I think they're a lot of fun, so I'm kind of excited for this one. But we'll see how you feel about it. You will need your calculators, so if you have not gotten it already, then you need to pause this video and go get them. All right, so let's just jump in by doing an example. We are still solving systems, but instead of doing it by hand, I am going to show you a way to solve it on the calculator. So here's my example. It's actually example number 1. I should also mention you are doing these in your notes. Take these notes on the right side of your journal, and this little slip of paper that you got needs to go on the left side of your journal. All right, so that's where you should be writing all this stuff. So example number 1, we have 2x minus 3y equals 0, and we have 3x minus 4y equals 3. Ooh, sorry, I'm not very good at my squiggly brackets. So that is my example. The first thing I need to do, step 1. I need to turn my equations into a matrix. So the way you are going to do that, is you are actually going to take your equations and basically you're going to take out just the variables and the equal sign. So you're really only looking at your coefficients or whatever your equation is equal to. So you do want to make sure that your x's are lined up and your y's are lined up. If they're not, you need to rearrange it and make that happen. So my x's are here, my y's are here, and whatever it's equal to is here. So if you notice, there's 3 columns going. So my coefficient for 2x is just 2. Then I have minus 3y. If I take out the y, or the coefficient, would be negative 3, and it's equal to 0. 3x minus 4y equals 3. My coefficient for x is 3. My coefficient for y is negative 4, and that whole thing is equal to 3. That's a matrix. Step 1 is done. Step 2, you're going to follow the steps follow steps to plug into calculator. Okay, so these are the steps that you're going to follow. So you're going to get your handy dandy calculator. Okay, get your handy dandy calculator. Make sure you clear it. So second plus 712. I should see RAM cleared. And then also go to mode and go turn your diagnostics on. So go to stat diagnostics, turn it on. Second mode to quit. All right, now we can start following the steps. It says to select second, and then this button right here where it says x to the negative 1, right above it, it says matrix. That's what I want to do. Then you're going to go over to where it says math, and you're going to scroll until you see RREF, Row reduced echelon form is what that stands for. Okay, and then push enter. Next, you need to press alpha. It's the green button. And then zoom. Okay, this says that there are 2 rows and 3 columns. However, our problem has 2 rows and 3 columns. So we need to make sure that it says 2 rows, 3 columns. Then press OK. Go down where it says OK and push OK. And then whatever your coefficients or your total is, which is this part right here, is what we're going to plug in. So you need to plug this into your calculator. So 2, go over to -3. Make sure you did the negative button, not the minus button. -3. -3, and it's equal to 0. And then we have 3, -4, 3. Okay, then you push enter. Okay, so our next step, step 3, well, take it back. We need to write step 2 down. You don't actually have to write this part down, but just to kind of see what the steps are as you go. In your calculator, you should have RREF 2, -3, 0, 3, -4, 3. And if you notice, the calculator spat out The calculator spat out 1, 0, 0, 1, and then it said 9, 6. That's the answer it gave you. So for step 3, make sure calculator answer has 1s in the diagonal. So if you notice there's 1s in the diagonal, you should also have 0s here, and then this is technically your answer. So step 4, you're going to write answer as coordinate point. Okay, so like I said before, up here you have your 3 columns. This is your X column, this is your Y column, this is your answer. Same still applies, it's the same thing. This is your X column, this is your Y column, this is your answer. So this is telling me that I have 1 X and no Y's, which means that my X must be equal to 9. And here I have no X's or 0 X's and 1 Y. So my 1 Y must be equal to 6. So if this is my X is 9, my Y is 6 as a coordinate point, my answer is 9, 6. That's my final answer. So let's do one more example together real quick. Okay, so if I have 2x plus y equals 1, and negative x plus 2y equals 11. Okay, I want you to pause the video, see if you can come up with the answer on your own, and then push play and see if you get what I get. Okay, so step 1, turn it into a matrix. So So coefficient is 2, coefficient is 1, my answer is 1. Here my coefficient is -1 because we're taking out the variable, and if you don't see a coefficient, it's automatically a 1. Coefficient is 2 equal to 11. Go to your calculator. Let's see. Sorry. Go to your calculator and you're going to go to second, matrix, math, all the way down to RREF. And then you're going to push alpha, zoom. It's on 2, 3 already. Push OK. And then plug in your numbers, which is 2, 1, 1. And then we have -1 to 11. So my step 2, REF, in the calculator of 2, 1, 1, -1 to 11. Step 3, it gives me 1, 0, -1.8, 0, 1, 4.6. If I'm going too fast, by all means, feel free to pause. And then step 4, you just have to put it into a coordinate point. My x, this is the only x value, it's equal to -1.8. My only y value is equal to 4.6. So my coordinate point must be -1.8, comma 4.6. And that is how you solve using matrices.